What if I told you that in 1938, a French millionaire invented a spaceship on wheels with gullwing windows, pantograph doors, and suspension so smooth it made cats jealous? Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever seen a car so gorgeous, so futuristic, that it made people in 1938 Paris think they were being invaded by Martians with taste? Well, the 1938 Hispano-Suiza Dubonnet Xenia wasn't just a car. It was a rolling love letter from a fighter pilot to his late wife, with the suspension of a ballerina and the ego of a Bond villain's yacht. Now, before we go full throttle, smash that subscribe button like your neighbor smashes your mailbox every time he reverses his recreational vehicle. And hey, link to the official museum is in the video description in case you want to drool legally. All right, where do we start with this silver bullet? Picture this. A World War I ace with a taste for aperitifs, women named Xenia, and suspensions smoother than my cousin Dave's excuses for not helping on moving day. That's Andre Dubonnet, and he decided the world needed something better. So he took a Hispano-Suiza H6B chassis, that's a 13 feet 4 inches long, 4,064 millimeters steel ladder frame for the connoisseurs, and bolted on a Hyperflex suspension system that promised to make the car as supple as a cat. Under the hood, a beast. The Xenia packs a 7,983 cubic centimeters, inline 6-cylinder engine derived from half a V12 aircraft engine. We're talking 160 horsepower at 3,050 revolutions per minute. 3,050 revolutions per minute, which back in '38 was like giving a steam train a shot of espresso. It topped out around 100 miles per hour, 100 miles per hour, or 160 kilometers per hour, 160 kilometers per hour faster than most politicians change opinions. Transmission, a 4-speed manual transmission. 4-speed manual transmission, rare for the H6B line, with a dry clutch, driving the rear wheels. And the brakes? 4-wheel servo-assisted drum brakes, courtesy of Hispano-Suiza's mechanical servo setup. Imagine trying to stop a 2-ton metallic dolphin using technology that basically yells, "Whoa there!" through a metal megaphone. But the real drama's in the body. Designed by Jean Andreau, built by Sautschik, and shaped in a wind tunnel. Yes, they had wind tunnels in the 1930s. This thing was all curves and no apologies. Aluminium teardrop form, curved panoramic glass, enclosed rear wheels, and those pantograph doors that don't swing out but glide like an airlock in a spaceship. The roof panel? Removable. A targa top before anyone knew what that even meant. Side windows made of plexiglass, opening upward. It looked more like a spaceship than a car, and yet it was built to ride like a cat doing Tai Chi. That's not a joke. Dubonnet said it himself. Probably while sipping a cognac. It's 18 feet 7 inches long, 5,670 millimeters, 6 feet 5 inches wide, 1,960 millimeters, weighs around 2 tons, meaning it's not exactly built for Timmy's fishing trips, unless the fish are wearing tuxedos and quoting Marcel Proust. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds expensive. Buddy, it was. Back in 1938, this would have cost more than your neighbor's retirement and sense of fashion combined. And today? Well, you'll find out in a minute. But first, let's give credit where it's due. This wasn't just a car. It was a mobile TED Talk. Dubonnet wanted to sell his Hyperflex suspension to the world, and did. General Motors, Fiat, Alfa Romeo, they all licensed it. So every time someone says their 1940s Buick rides like a cloud, remember, it rides like Dubonnet's cat. And the doors. Oh, the doors. Instead of swinging open like a barn, they pop out and slide back like they're trying to sneak into the opera unnoticed. It's the kind of thing your couch expert friend will tell you isn't practical while sitting in his 2008 Corolla with a broken handle. But we haven't even gotten to the interior. It was all leather, polished wood, and aviation-style gauges. Because why not make your dashboard look like a cockpit? The whole car was a love letter to his late wife Xenia, but honestly, it feels like he was also trying to flirt with the future. And here's the kicker. This wasn't some show pony built for Pebble Beach from the get-go. No, Dubonnet actually drove this thing, until World War II said, "Hold my baguette." He hid the car. It survived. Post-war, it re-emerged like a chrome-plated phoenix and led a 1946 parade through St. Cloud, waving its aerodynamic fins like it just ended the war itself. Through the decades, it passed hands. Alain Ballet restored it, Charles Morse showed it off, and Peter Mullin turned it into a West Coast celebrity. The Xenia racked up awards like it was trying to outshine every Bugatti in the room. Pebble Beach 2000, Amelia Island 2001, Rodeo Drive 2008 and 2018, Goodwood 2009, Windsor Castle 2016, even Hampton Court 2022 couldn't resist giving it a trophy. If cars had egos, this one would need its own zip code. And today, you can see it in Los Angeles at the Peterson Automotive Museum, glowing under the lights, still looking like it's ready to fly off into a black and white version of the future. Carefully preserved, barely touched, and more photogenic than my cousin's wedding album. This machine is not just a car, it's a time capsule with tail fins. Now the price. Back in 1938, the cost of commissioning something like this would have been astronomical. Today, after restorations and museum-grade pampering, estimates place the Xenia's value at around $15 million to $20 million. $15 million to $20 million. The last time it changed hands at auction was in 1999, sold to Charles Morse for an undisclosed sum. So yes, the Xenia may not be the car you drive to Costco, but it's absolutely the car you dream about when your internet's down and you're forced to imagine beauty again. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the 1938 Hispano-Suiza H6B Dubonnet Xenia, a car so rare even the aliens Bob believes in would have trouble abducting it. And now, you can become a sponsor of this channel and help us continue bringing automotive oddities, absurdities, and Timmy-related accidents straight to your screen. If you can afford Netflix, you can afford us. And we're a lot more educational, except for Timmy. Big thanks to our channel sponsors. Without you, we'd be driving Timmy's boat down the freeway and calling it research. Subscribe, share, and remember, if your neighbor says they have something just like the Xenia in their garage, call for help. It's probably Bob.